Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Adam Peller and Billy Jaffe, Barry Peterson. If I were to say the Bruins jumped up to a 3-0 lead in the first period, and they end up beating the Golden Knights here at the Garden, might have left a few things out, huh?
Just a few. I can't believe you guys were actually a little nervous down the stretch. I had total confidence.
Had it all the way.
Move on to the next thing. I'm not going to
want to get right into it?
No, I'm going to call him out. Yeah.
Well, regardless of how things played out, it's got to feel good to win a game in regulation, a game in which the opponent comes back and ties. You get the win.
It feels
you go
better.
Home happy.
Definitely happy that you win. But it was not pretty at the end there.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. And you needed an amazing save from Jeremy Swayman. And you had two guys that turned the puck over too late in the game. And I think Brick talked about, didn't he say they make it hard on them?
Yeah.
So it's great that they won, but they're still making they're too difficult to finish off games. And they got to figure it out, bud.
Yeah, I think as Brick alluded to toward the end, you take the 2 points. It's a win in regular. They needed that. You need it for your psyche. But you hope that mental carries over, where you start to get some confidence, where you can make some plays. As you said, the last 2 turnovers are on Marchand's stick and Pasternak's sticks, and that's who you want it on in those situations, to be able to make the simple play and make things happen. And that's why they're out there, and they don't get it out.
No.
All right, let's go through the third period.
So much for that.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There goes the air out of the balloon. Let's go to the game winner.
There you go.
Mason Lohrei.
And this will make people happy, and it made Mason Lohrei very happy.
Yeah,
Jack mentioned first and 14. The simplicity of the second unit being out there was beautiful. Move the puck, get the puck, shoot the puck. I know, it sounds easy, but sometimes you just got to make the easy play. They're not looking to overhandle it. They're not looking to force it anywhere else. We break this one down. Lohrai's going to sift in, and now he's going to come back. He's going to get himself into a shooting position. Shattenkirk puts it perfectly on his stick.
Yeah, right in the wheelhouse for a great one-timer. That's maybe one that if you and I were looking back would say, if we were in Vegas, we'd say maybe Hill should have had that one.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, he squared right at it, but a great shot by the kid and a huge goal with, 4:37 left. It was like a big sigh in the building, because as nervous as everybody else we were looking, this place was getting quiet. They were getting nervous. They were going, oh, no, here we go again. They needed this, and the power play came through. And the important part is you just talked about the second unit.
Yeah. Second unit kept it simple out there.
Fourth goal of the year for Mason Lohrei. For instance, he was called up after the Hampus Lindholm injury, and first goal overall in the NHL since December 27th. All right, let's go to the PK. Matt Grzelcyk with the holding penalty, and then the Bruins have to go on the kill.
Yeah, with 2:59 left, and you could hear a pin drop in this place. People just couldn't believe it. They had their opportunities. They actually had a couple of opportunities early on with Coyle and Marchand as they tried to create some offense from their shorthanded position, and it was working out great. And then all of a sudden, Billy, as the penalty started wearing out, the Bruins got a little bit tired. Then Vegas goes to a 6-on-4, and then all of a sudden we get a little bit more of a fire drill.
Big time. Big time. Yeah, with just under 2 minutes, that's when Bruce Cassidy pulled Adin Hill, and that's when Vegas started to control, and understandably so. Now, big face-off win here. Big face-off win. And the Bruins just get it out, so that was good, right? That was good. It was all good here. We could have been real happy for the way they closed it, but now you start seeing that with a minute 20 left. Stephenson in front, man, has he gotten good lately, or stronger again. He's a great player. And then the Bruins here, they kill that off, and they don't get that out. Now watch them running around. All right. Again, you think they're going to be all right, but time's not over, Bear.
No, it's not. And it's a situation. You can see the fire drill. You can see everybody's trying to do a little bit too much instead of just controlling things and playing with confidence and keeping them to the outside. Now you're a big face-off.
And you win this, and you just got to get Marshall. You don't get that one out. That was like with 10 seconds left. You're like, oh, no. He knows it, too. Yeah. But, it's still, you got to get it out. And then here, even just scramble time. And finally, like when I'm finding the positive, forget just the win, Adam, but it's just how they weren't stationary, right? They were moving an awful lot, but as Barry said, they had the puck on the stick twice to kill it almost, and they didn't.
And one of the unfortunate parts, as you're describing, they were moving. A lot of it was chasing. There's a lot of times where you're better off just kind of keeping your position defensively, keeping them to the outside. Now all of a sudden you start running around, and you create huge gaps, and like Stephenson sitting over there on his offside. What a save by Swayman.
I was starting to sweat just watching that again. It's kind of uncomfortable. And then the Bruins had their first power play opportunity in the third period, and time expired on the power play. Chandler Stephenson, that's the first short-handed goal the Bruins have allowed since November 25th.
It was a gorgeous save on Marchand to make it a 5-3 game that Adin Hill makes. Watch this shot from Stephenson. He knows he's got McAvoy coming. He's going to shield and sift back. Barry, that is silky. That is just a silky play. And again, hard for the goaltender Swayman to read, but you got to tip your hat on this play. I mean, you hate giving up the shorty, but look at this play by Chandler.
He does a great job of protecting it very well. He makes the move, and all of a sudden he sends it backhand. That's as Brick had mentioned. That's a situation though in the power play when you're a forward like Boston. You got to realize you're last man back.
Yeah.
You can't lose this puck right here, especially when you're trying to make the 2-goal lead. You still have 1 goal lead. You got to try and preserve it. There's a turnover there, but again, you're going into a period. You get the first power play. You got a chance to put this away, but it just he protects the puck, Billy, and then just flips it backhand, nice and smooth.
Gorgeous play. Pastrnak will look at them. Look, one of the things that Vegas Golden Knights does real well, Adam, block shots. Mm-hmm. They use their length, especially their D-men, to get to the middle of the ice. So they're reading. They know that David wants to bring it to the middle to block it or to shoot it, and they do a good job on that play. They block it, they accelerate the other way, and they end up scoring that goal.
But it's a good example there of one of the problems is we talk about not being able to hold leads. It's early in that period. You have a 1-goal lead in the power play. You have a chance to extend the lead, make it a 2-goal lead, give yourself a little bit of breather, but all of a sudden, not only do you not score, you give up a shorty, and now you're all tied up again.
There was no breathing room in the game whatsoever. There was in the first period, then that went away. Morgan Geeky, clearly the star of the game tonight. His first career hat trick, and this is his 3rd goal of the game on the tip. David Pastrnak with the shot, and then we talked about this too in the intermission report.
Yeah, odd. I just don't think the back line, the referee put his arm up to signal an appropriate line change. You give 7 seconds to the visiting team. I think you see Montgomery there saying, okay, I think because they allowed the Bruins to put out the guys that they wanted, which, by the way, Geeky stays on the ice and he ends up beating the top faceoff guy in the game for Vegas, and Carlson leads to this set play. Pastrnak accelerates, goes behind the net, he brings it out for the quick shot, and then getting inside position was the aforementioned Geeky, who does the tip.
Yeah, and as you had said earlier too, Billy, Pasta throws it at net. The Geeky does a really nice job here of avoiding the goalie, but yet getting his stick in that shooting area and make that deflection, because he's really close to bumping with Hill.
No question about it. So face off, and here you go. Gorgeous. Again, this is a play we're seeing more and more of his teams use the center to go behind the net to get into a position, or in this case it ends up being the right wing, but I've seen like the Edmonton Oilers use their centerman to go behind the net, to kind of get lost, to go behind the net, and then you open up a seam when they come to the other side. Great play, and then it was a delayed Hattie reaction.
Right, well, you had the Hattie reaction in Seattle. They thought David Pastrnak had the hat trick, and then I guess people were a little tentative. They're not sure if they should do it or not after what happened. Anyway, Subaru star of the game, of course, is Morgan Geeky. First career hat trick.
Good for him.
The numbers over the last 24 games. We talked about it too. Having a goal wiped off the board in Seattle, and now coming back with a hat trick, and Sophia caught up with him after the game.
Congratulations on your first career hat trick, but first, obviously an overall team question, because this was a big win for you guys. I know you weren't out on the ice for the final seconds, but can you describe the final, 5 minutes as you guys were trying to hold on to that lead?
Yeah, that's something we've been focusing on. I think we let a few slip away, the last few games, so that was something that, it meant a lot to us, to lock it down during the stretch, and our penalty kill came up huge, and then, Sway with a huge save towards the end. So, we're looking to build off this and continue to get better.
I know it's a long ways away, but are these the kind of games, giving up leads, coming back, grinding it out, that prepare a team for the playoffs?
Yeah, for sure. I think we just got to find ways to win. There's a lot of good teams in this league. Obviously, it's a big one against, the defending champs. So anytime you can come out with 2 points against these guys, it's a good showing. We're just going to keep building off it. Thanks for talking to us again. I know you talked to us in the first period, but we have you here back because you got your first career hat trick. Hats took a little while to come down because it looked like it was past a shot. Obviously, you tipped it. Congratulations. What were your thoughts when it went in, and what kind of hat did you pick? Not too much. I wasn't too sure about which hat. I think Shaddy picked me a nice good one, so I swapped that one for his. So it was a good choice, and I was just glad to be a part of it tonight. Was it ever a goal of yours as a kid to get a hattie in the NHL? Yeah, I mean, you don't ever think about it in a million years, but it's something special for sure, and something I'll always remember. All right, congrats. Go celebrate with your team. Thank you. Thanks, Morgan.
man, you get the intermission interview and the walk-off interview. That doesn't happen very often.
Now a situation, too, where he's really excited about the fact he doesn't know which hat to pick, so he had to go to the KGO veteran Chandler. Says, "Here, I'll get you one, son."
Shaddy had 2 assists on the night. The goalie hug, Jeremy Swayman with the win. Bruins getting it done. We'll hear from head coach Jim Montgomery. Picked up his 100th win. His conversation with Andy Brickley. And we had a conversation with GM Don Sweeney on the pregame show. We'll hear what he had to say about the trade deadline next.
Bruins Overtime Live on Nesson is presented by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com.